Okay. Okay. Just tell me. Wait, are we recording?
I'm recording, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can trim that. I can trim it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hello and welcome everybody to a Toonkind FPS. My name is Mira and I will be playing Sammy Jax. Can my wonderful partner please introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Wiz, and I'm going to be playing Chifley Ford. We're excited to be here.
Yes.
Oh dear. So we're hanging out a couple of days after Animas, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's Sammy up to?
Well, a lot happened. So he is currently taking a walk to try and clear his head a little bit because holy peck, a lot has happened to this toon.
Oh dear. Okay. So you're just sort of walking in aimlessly, kind of thing. The act of walking rather than
Yeah,
a destination sort of bag.
yeah. He's just letting his feet take him where he wants, basically. Basically, because he's done this before. He has a tendency when everything gets too much to just wander the streets of Toontown or anywhere where he particularly is. But since he's currently staying in Toontown and will most likely be staying in Toontown for a very long time, he is just wandering the streets with no particular destination.
Okay, cool. Um, Roll me a strength check.
Okay, that is 20 plus 17.
All right. Oh, you did it in the nuts and bolts. That's why I
Ah,
didn't see
heck.
it. 17.
Whoops.
That's all right.
My bad.
All good. So you're walking along, and you sort of it's slow walking. I assume, and then all of a sudden you feel something about just below your shoulder blades, kind of go poof into your back. You don't really stumble because you're bigger and weigh a little bit more than whatever ran into you, but a poof into your back.
Sammy kind of just stops and is like, he turns his color, his shading turns gray first of all, and then he like kind of turns around and looks at whatever has bumped into him.
Well,
Very confused.
there's nothing at his eye height and nothing at sort of shoulder height, but there is something on the ground. Um, there is sitting on his butt, looking a bit dazed. A thin, blue-haired Frankinali who is sort of rubbing his nose a little bit from where he collided with you.
Are you okay?
He looks up and he looks a little embarrassed actually. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't see you there. And
All right, here, let me help you up.
he'll accept the hand and be helped up. He's not very tall. He's shorter than you a lot.
Uh-huh.
And even without rolling an insight on him, he looks disheveled. Like he looks like someone's gone at him with a baseball bat a lot. But
Seriously, are you okay?
he sort of brushes himself off a little bit, and it does nothing to repair all the damage to his clothes. And bends down to pick a piece of paper up off the ground that he dropped, but he shakes his head. I'm. It's fine. It's. I'm all right.
Sammy's gonna roll inside on that.
Do it.
In
And
the proper channel this time.
Chifley's gonna roll a deception to contest it. Where is it? There. Okay. Ah.
Oh, you pecker. Oh, you pecker.
He's like, I mean, he doesn't look fine, but he says he's fine, and like he doesn't seem to be hurt as far as you can tell. But his clothes are wrecked up, so at the very least, he needs a tailor.
Sammy kind of like rocks back on his heels a little, just kind of thinking for a moment, and then it's just like, okay, this dude looks like he needs help. He says he's okay, and I'm pretty sure that just means he's not hurt, but oh my gosh, this poor guy. And like he's kind of his color is starting to shift from a very confused gray to kind of like this teal blue color. And he's just like,
He's not really paying too
oh, the
much.
words just left me.
That's okay. He's not really paying too much attention. He's still looking at the piece of paper that he'd picked up off the floor, and he kind of not really started ignoring Sammy, but more had gone, okay, yep, I've told him I'm fine. The conversation has finished. I have to go back to what I was doing, kind of thing.
Yeah, Sammy's just kind of like he kind of chews his lip from underneath his mask and is just like, I know mending. I can mend your clothes if you need. You kind of need. You look like you need. You look like you've been through a lot.
He sort of pauses and looks back up at Sammy, and then looks down at his clothes and pulls at his collar and. Well, yes, they've seen better days, haven't they? Ugh. It's what I deserve, I guess.
What you deserve.
Hmm?
You, you said what you deserve. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, it's it. You'll just have to take my word for it.
Sammy's gonna roll insight on that again.
Go for
Come on, Sammy.
it.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
actually gonna roll him at disadvantage because you know what? There, that's better. Oh dear. Oh no. He's not being very convincing this time around. He's like, oh shit, I said that out loud. Fuck, and completely lost his train of thought. Oh boy. He as far as that what he deserves from Mark, you get the feeling that it's not something he said in jest. He genuinely feels like whatever happened to rip up his clothes and everything was his fault.
Sammy just kind of looks at him and like he just kind of softens a little and is just like, come back to my apartment. Let me fix your clothes. You deserve at least one good thing tonight.
I, I, I don't want to be an inconvenience. I mean, I ran into you. This wasn't your doing.
Well, just because you ran into me doesn't mean you don't deserve nice things. And I don't have much but my magic really to help you out with. So if I can mend your clothes a little, that'd be doing something good.
He kind of looks up at Sammy for a long moment and then nods. It's like, oh, I, if you're going to insist, I suppose I can't refuse, can I? Thank you.
Sammy's gold eyes kind of crinkle in a smile.
He offers a hand to Sammy for a handshake. So, my name is Chifley, by the way.
Sammy takes it and is like, Sammy, Nice to meet you, Chifley.
Pleasure's mine. I need to
Come on,
stop.
it's this way.
I need to start meeting people this way.
Who else have you met like this?
I've run into a few people a little more literally than I would like.
Sammy kind of hums and nods, and then is like, well, at least it wasn't being chased.
Is that from experience?
Well, I've met my brother that way. I've met, well, I didn't meet her that way, but she and I ran for a bit. Wonder what Sandy's doing right now. I haven't seen her in a bit.
Chifley has sort of vaguely stopped paying attention and is looking back at that piece of paper and paying enough attention to still be following Sammy, but he's sort of his mind drifted off.
Mm.
And actually,
Sammy.
I'm gonna just.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he very nearly walks into a lamppost, but he stops himself just in time.
Sammy. I'm just gonna say Sammy sees this because he was talking to Chifley.
Yep.
And just kind of reaches over, not very far, and just kind of casually grabs him by the shoulder and is just like, that paper sure is interesting, huh?
He blushes a little bit and moves to stash it into his hammer space. He's like, it's probably not interesting to anybody else.
Sammy.
Okay. He pulls it back out and hands it over, and it's a flyer, actually, an old, weathered flyer for a group of musicians known as the Alazul Orchestra. And according to the date on the flyer, they were supposed to be performing in Toontown probably about a month ago.
Oh. Man. You're into music.
Yes. Yes, I'm very fond of music.
Sammy's eyes crinkle.
Do you like music as well?
Yeah, I I dabble in singing a little. My my patron is Prismatone, so she I guess I have a good voice. But my passion honestly is painting.
I'm gonna roll him a history real quick. No, not D10, D20. Okay, doesn't twig.
F.
Doesn't twig. Um, he nods like, well, I'd be keen to give you an opinion. Do you play any instruments?
Uh no. It I just use my voice. I just sing.
That's a shame. You sound like cello.
A cello?
Mm.
I Sammy's kind of turned gray again because he doesn't. Well, actually, let me roll. His like let me. What would I roll for Sammy to potentially understand? Because with Prismatone, they can kind of insight on a person's voice and stuff. So I'm kind of like like, is it similar enough that he would twig or no?
You could probably do either an insight or a religion if you wanted.
Okay, let's see. Okay, we're gonna go with insight because I'm a liar.
17. Nice. So when he said you sound like cello, he did not mean Sammy's voice. He meant something else.
Sammy just kind of like looks at him and is just like, huh, cool. No idea what this means.
He's not going to offer any more explanation. He's just going to have sort of said his piece and nod, nod. Yep, yep, I've said a thing that makes sense.
One sec. Sorry. My mom came in.
That was a dramatic sounding noise.
Yeah, sorry, my mirror on my door shut.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good. How far away is the apartment? You reckon they're there yet, or?
Yeah, they can be there yet.
Chifley is going to very, very dutifully wipe his feet on the doormat and bow slightly as he comes through the front door with a thank you for having me.
No problem. And Sammy kind of comes in and stuff, and he does not wipe his feet. And but like he does take his shoes off by the door and kind of sets them against the wall.
Chifley is looking at that very pointedly, as if he feels like he should ask if he should take his shoes off. It's like
you can take them off if you want. My guardian doesn't really do it, but I do.
They're a little bit complicated to take off, so if it's all right, I'll leave them on.
It's fine. Well, okay. Your clothes, please. Oh,
there's just this long, awkward pause. He's like, oh, yep, that's gonna be a requirement. Okay, and he takes off he's got a scarf that turns into a cape, and he takes that off and hands that over and starts taking off his jacket slowly. Like he doesn't really want to, but he's doing it anyway.
And then Sammy is going to at least take the cloak and is just like, okay, let's get this one done first. And he casts mending on it.
Cool. I don't think you have to roll anything for mending, do you?
Yeah, no, it's I think you just have to touch it. Cantrip.
Yep, and it's got all the pieces there, so it's easy enough to put back together.
Yeah.
Roll me a insight.
Okay. 13.
That'll do. As he's taking off his jacket, you see him wince.
Sammy's eyes narrow. And he kind of just like approaches with the cloak and it's just like, off. I need to make sure that you're not hiding anything that a long rest didn't take.
And he sort of leans back and is like, Sammy's so much taller than him, so I'm just picturing this loom.
Yes, the angry. Actually, I'm going to roll intimidation. One sec. Because he is looming.
Oh no.
Nat 20.
Oh dear.
This healer is pissed.
He's like, I'm sure it's. Okay, it's fine. Just takes a step back. He takes off his jacket, and then he's just wearing a dark blue tank underneath his jacket. And he takes that off as well, and he looks bruised. But, like, at least the front of him looks bruised. Otherwise, he's fine.
Okay. And immediately after Sammy sees that his healer's orders have been followed, he softens and is like, okay, thank you. Is it okay if I touch you? I need to touch you to make sure the spell actually connects.
He looks awkward and rubs at his arm. He's like, yes, that's. I've been trying to do it myself, but it's harder to heal
It's hard.
yourself sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Sammy is going to cast Cure Wounds, which is a D8 plus 1. Okay, he gets 9 HP back.
Nice. That definitely takes care of all the bruising. And he does look significantly less fatigued as well. He kind of rubs at his cheek. I have to remember that I've got a mic on that side of my face now. He he sort of rubs his cheek and thank you. That it's always a lot more effective when someone else does it. My
Yeah.
sister tries, but she's still only learning. She's only 4.
Oh, my brother is 4 too, but he's a lot more capable than me.
You seem very capable to me.
I am honestly, I'm roll insight.
Chifley's good at that. Oh, come on, Chifley. 11. Ugh.
Yeah, Chifley, you just see Sammy kind of trail off into silence. He doesn't really say anything else. I'm gonna roll medicine to see if Sammy spots anything else. Okay, that's plus 1. 6.
6. Roll it with advantage, actually.
Okay. A nat 20!
Nice, nice. Okay, so you look Chifley over, and from the front he seems fine. But as soon as you step around him to look at his back, he's not so fine on that side. You can actually see a very large, very deep, very old looking burn in between his shoulder blades. And if you've seen infected wounds before, how they're sort of like greenish around the edges, it's
Oh.
it's not it's that kind of thing, except it's not green. It's more of a pale blue tinge.
Sammy's shading goes red.
Chifley has not noticed. Actually, I'm going to roll him a perception just to make sure he has not noticed. Where is it? There. Oh no, he's noticed. I take it back. He has definitely noticed. You changed color.
Yeah, it's a a thing that is a part of my characterization.
Hmm.
I did this to you?
Did oh that he sort of deliberately takes a step to turn around so his back is not facing Sammy anymore. It's like that's fine.
It is not fine.
Can't be helped anyway.
I can at least try.
No.
And oops. Sammy is going to use his going to cast healing word on the word try.
Okay.
And that is a 1d4 plus 1. That is 4 HP. Because Sammy's a baby cleric.
He is a baby cleric. But he cast a spell, and you get the impression that it helped. It's given him some of his health back, but you can kind of see that blue shimmer around the edges of this burn just sort of go womp slightly, and it does nothing for the burn. Like it's still just as raw looking as it was before he cast the spell. And Chifley actually takes a very large, very deliberate step back away from Sammy.
Sammy breathes, and it the the shading fades to a very, very pale red, and he's just like, okay.
I'm sorry.
Whoever hurt you, are they still out there?
No, they're not. It doesn't hurt, if that's any comfort to you.
Sammy's gonna roll insight on that.
17.
17.
The wound doesn't hurt. He's not lying about that.
Mm-hmm. Sammy nods and is just, he just kind of looks at, he looks at Chifley and is just like, what happened to this dude?
He's desperately trying to think of something else to talk about. Like you can just see it on his face. It's like, so this is a nice apartment. It
Yeah,
yeah.
um, that was Mira, the player, trying to figure out what Sammy could say next. Because all I have right now is Sammy rage over the fact that someone hurt this toon. He is very angry.
Hmm. And Chifley is trying to talk about anything but, and it's like, oh god, why did I let him look at my back? Oh no. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Sammy, I'm sorry. I should probably go. I've upset you, so.
I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at the person who thought it was okay to give you that type of wound.
Mm. Yeah. Well, it's no sense being upset at the dead, so.
Sammy kind of laughs a little bitterly at that and is like, "Yeah, that that's a that's a point, but
Can I put my shirt back on?
oh yeah, let me just." He casts mending on the shirt.
As soon as his clothes are all put back together, he's gonna dress, and he still feels really bad about letting Sammy see the burn in his back. He's like, uh,
Oh, I'm gonna roll and see if Sammy actually thinks of a thing. Okay. Uh, Sammy is like, this dude seems to be uncomfortable about a wound on his back, and then a light bulb goes off on top of his head,
ding.
and he's like, "Hold on, don't freak out." And then he pulls off his shirt and then turns around. See, I've got one too. It's not as bad as yours, and it's healed, but someone hit me in the back that I trust.
Cool. Chifley is gonna stare at it for a long moment, and it even he's actually not going to think properly, but he's going to just reach out ever so gently and just very lightly touch the scar on Sammy's back.
Sammy kind of, his breath sucks in, but he doesn't really do anything else.
At least it's healed nicely.
Yeah, and since Sammy's showing this fully, it is the wound is a mix between orange and blue.
Trippy.
Yeah, my scars have a tendency to heal with whatever emotion I was feeling at the time. It transfers over to my ink as well.
I've not met many toons who are affected in their designs like that.
Yeah, I guess I'm special that way.
Most people I know are affected in their music rather than their design.
Oh?
Mm. Yeah. Mine's changed a few times.
Mm. Sammy nods. Yeah, that seems to happen a lot.
Mm.
Tunes changing.
Well, nothing stays the same forever.
No, does not.
He's going to reach into his space, actually. Nice. He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a lyre, which is kind of like an itty bitty harp. He's like, "You said you liked music. Would you like me to play some?"
Sammy kind of turns around and puts his as like he's putting his shirt back on, and is like his head pops up and his shading is very bright yellow. And it's like, and it matches his eyes, and he's like, "Really? You you would play a song for me?"
I'd have to thank you somehow for fixing my clothes.
I,
And
I no one's really played a song for me, so thank you, Chifley. Chifley. My voice actor cannot speak.
okay, I'm gonna roll him a performance, see how well he does. Not great.
Oh no!
He sort of plucks at it. He's like, "Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, okay. I'm out of practice." like, I'm normally better than this. Uh, poor
It's all
guy.
right.
He's so embarrassed, like unbelievably embarrassed. He looks like he could go into a pile and die.
And like Sammy though, like even though it was like really awful, Sammy's enthralled because he just no
Uh,
one's played him music before. He doesn't care that it was awful.
Chifley cares, and he just sort of puts it down on the floor and he covers his face with his hands. It's like, that was atrocious. I'm sorry. The soundtrack's not helped me today.
Sammy kind of just reaches over and puts his hand on Chifley's knee and is like, I really appreciated it. It doesn't have to be good.
It's usually nicer if it is, though.
Mm,
Maybe I need to tune
I
it.
mean,
I've not played it for a while.
mm, why don't you tune it and try again?
Hmm.
This time with advantage.
Oh, he's gonna fiddle with it, and then he'll give it another try. Chifley, don't let me down here. Dude! I said don't let me down. Nope. Nope. I mean, it's better.
It's not a one.
It's not a one. Holy crap. He's not feeling it. He's not feeling it. But like, it does sound better. It actually sounds like a tune. And oh, I know. He's gonna sort of just stop and go, "Sorry, I was trying to copy your melody, but probably a little hard without listening to it enough." It's nice to listen to though.
You you mentioned like a cello earlier.
Mm.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Oh, I forget most people can't hear it. Your, I suppose your theme music sounds like it's being played on a cello.
Hmm.
It's
If
nice. It's nice.
I'm glad you think so. And Sammy kind of turns like a slight like pink, but it's like edged with yellow.
It's weird.
Weird.
How?
How?
Oh,
What do you mean?
not your music. It's so quiet, I suppose, out here. I'm not used to people not being able to hear what I can. It's got my sister into trouble already, but back home, everyone can hear the music, and here, not so much. That's still something I'm getting used to, I suppose.
So you're not from Toontown?
No, no, we've only been here for a week ish. No, away from the score.
The the score?
You can roll a history on that one if you like.
Yep. D20 plus. Let's see. Oops, that's the wrong section. 30 is big fat nat normal 20. Oh, 19.
19. That's nice. Um, like you've definitely heard of the score. It's a small town in the north region of the Pixar Protectorate.
Hmm, that's a bit far off.
It's certainly a walk.
Well, I'm glad you made it here in relatively one piece.
Yeah, mostly. Um, I mean, I like Toontown, but
It
not
takes
sure
some time.
to get used to.
Takes a
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes some time to get used to. I
and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my sister either. Luckily, she was sleeping when we left the inn, so well, when I left the inn.
Your
But
sister get into trouble?
yes, she's called Missy for a reason. Always getting into some sort of mischief.
Hmm. Makes me think of my brother. He always gets himself into some
Hmm.
crazy thing or other. He's very erratic.
They sound like they would get on well.
Oh, probably like a house on fire.
Hmm. Hopefully not
Uh,
too literally. Hopefully not.
Sammy kind of winces when he said a house on fire.
Oh, I'm gonna roll an insight on that. What was it? 7. That's right. Nice.
Okay, yeah. His as he was wincing, his shading shifted really fast to a really deep blue that was like almost tinged with purple, and then it's gone, and he just kind of sighs because he didn't really know why he said that, and it that was not the best choice of words.
Chifley is going to just reach over and gently pat Sammy's arm in what he hopes is a comforting way.
uh, Sammy's shading it shifts to like a slight pale yellow, and he's like, "Thank you." Bad choice.
Hmm. Happens to the best of us. I,
Yeah.
it's nice not to
So
have my clothes full of holes. It's a bit cold for ventilated outfit.
Yeah. eh, Yeah, it's very cold.
Mm. I hope I'm not keeping you from anything important.
Oh, I was just letting my feet take me wherever. It's fine.
Wow. It was really, really good luck, I suppose.
Yeah, it was. It Most of the time the people that I meet by random circumstance seem to be some of the best people I know.
Hmm. Oh, I don't know if I qualify, but that's a very nice thought. He's so awkward. He's like, me? Nah.
Sammy just kind of looks at him like, "Yes, you."
Roll an insight.
17.
Nice. He's blushing a little bit.
Sammy Sammy's shading kind of turns a little pink because it's a cute boy sitting next to him. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. I...
And he asked him to strip earlier. Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. There's just this really quiet moment where they're both just like, oh, this is awkward.
Yep.
Oh.
And Sammy's just like, I didn't mean it like that, but boy, did it come out wrong now that I'm actually thinking about it. Oh no.
uh, Chifley's going to reach into his pocket and pull. Well, he still has the flyer. He didn't chuck it in his hammer space. So he's going to look over it again and sigh a little bit before folding it up and putting it away.
Were were you hoping to see that tonight?
No, it it wasn't for tonight. The the orchestra was supposed to play here a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the last stop on the tour. So
Um, Sammy's shading kind of fades to a sympathetic blue, and he's just like, "I'm sorry, Chifley.
that's the last lead I've got. But
Are you looking for someone?"
mm, I don't mean to pull you into my problems, but my father is in this orchestra, and
Oh,
he's missing, I think. We've been following their tour schedule since they left the score, and we haven't found them yet.
Sammy just quietly reaches over and takes Chifley's hand in his, and is like, "If I can help, I'd like to help." It,
Oh, roll another insight.
17.
Again with the 17s. Goodness. Um, the the blush from before is a lot darker, and he's like doesn't know how to process that at all. He's, um, well, if I don't, mm, you've got no obligation to.
I kind of do, actually. It as a cleric of Prismatone, even though I'm not very high level in her order, it she wants her people to help others, and you need help. You someone deserves you deserve to know what happened to your father. Roll an insight.
Um, Holy
Nat 20.
dooly! Alrighty.
Sammy is saying that because he doesn't know who killed his family. And
Oof.
he and Chifley deserves to know what happened to his.
Ooh. Oh boy. Um, Chifley will sort of just sit there quietly for a second and then nods. Well, we are definitely at the behest of our patrons sometimes, aren't we? Um, sure. Anything that you can offer me, I would gladly take. And he's going to pull the flyer back out of his hammer space from where he stashed it and hand it over to Sammy. I've hardly met anyone who's heard of the orchestra before, but if you hear anything, we're staying at the inn on the other side of town, so you could probably find us there.
Sammy takes the flyer and nods, and he kind of like holds it like it's something precious because this was his last lead, and he's determined to find something. And his shading shifts to a warm, kind of rosy orange.
Chifley is fascinated by that. Like, he knows it, that Sammy just told her it was tied to how he feels. He's like, that is so cool. He's not seen anyone who does that before. He's just like fascinated by the process.
Yeah, I know the streets. I can ask around. It Yeah, I know the streets very well.
And I don't know them at all. I've gotten lost at least twice today.
I can show you around and show you all the sights and stuff and all the little holes in the wall,
I'd like
literally.
I'd like that.
Sammy's eyes crinkle in a grin.
Chifley's smiling too. Like, he hasn't got any friends really. Like, he's met a few people, but not any friends in Toontown, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's like, oh, friendship. I like this.
and Sammy collects another one for the horde.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear. I think that's a really good place to leave it. What do you reckon?
I think that's good.
Oh, bless these two idiots.
I know. But like the thing is, like Sammy's already like, I will die for you. I will die for you.
Oh,
Oh,
oh man, that was great. Thank you for playing with me, Mira. That was great fun.
thank you for having me. I love Chifley so much.
He's such a dork. I love him.
Sammy and I both love him.
Oh.
All right. we probably should say goodbye to our recorded audience.
Yep. Bye. Thank you
thank
for
thank
listening.
you all for listening.